Some people think that this yoga is very difficult. Some people think that this yoga is very difficult and it is not possible for everyone to do it. And it is not possible for everyone to do it. But that is wrong. Nischinta yoga uchyati. Yoga is a state of mindlessness. Yoga is a state of mindlessness. It is not a worry-free state as long as there are gods and goddesses. It is not a worry-free state as long as there are gods and goddesses. So no optimal condition exists there. So one cannot become a yogi until it is ready. Visiting the gods and goddesses is not the purpose of human life. The goal of human life is to merge into a fixed void, that is layam. Buddhi yukto jihatiha. Ubhe sukruta duskruti. Taspad yogaya yujyasva. Yoga karma sukauchalam. Remember this one. Yoga karma sukauchalam. Gita 2:50. For the fix the fickleness, remove the fickleness, and keep the steadfastness. And keep the steadfastness. Such a person can easily renounce all virtuous and sinful qualities. Such a person can easily renounce all virtuous and sinful qualities. So do indulge in this most comfortable yogic ritual. Susukam kartum mavyayam, which means that this yoga can be done comfortably and relaxed. Moreover, this yoga is akshaya, that is eternal. Kshaya, akshaya. The more we do, the more useful and indestructible we are. In verses 41 and 42 of the 6th chapter of the Gita, Lord Krishna himself says that redemption also takes place in rebirth. Api swalpasya trayate mahato bhayat. Gita. Sri Krishna Paramatma says even a little Kriya Yoga is done will give you more fruit. An apostate person attains a stable state at the time of death. The body is then born in the house of the virtuous, the rich, after being in that state for many years. You understand? The body is then born in the house of the virtuous, the rich, after being in that state for many years. Yet a person who has done a high yoga could not do complete. He is born in the house of yogis. Suppose if you are doing yoga and then left in between by way of death or by way of something else, but you will be born in the house of yogis. You have done very good yoga. According to this, it is rare in this world to be born into a yogi clan. It is rare in this world to be born into a yogi clan. Even in this type of births, the yogi will obtain the Brahmanical mind. Even in these types of births, the yogi will obtain the Brahmanical mind. Then he will put more endeavor to do yoga. Suppose some people, they will be born in a house where there was no yoga at all. But there will not be much objection from the parents or husband or spouse, wife, or from the family or something like that, then he will be put more endeavor to do yoga if he is born again. This body looks like it is floating in the air while doing introspective pranayama. Remember this one. When you are doing yoga, beautiful yoga, introspective pranayama, your body looks like it is floating in the air. Making this body weightless is Lahima. Making this body weightless is Lahima. Such siddhas are possible only through yoga karma alone. There are 8 types of siddhis or aishwaryas are possible through yoga sadhana. They are anima, laghima, vyapti or prapti, prakramyam, mahima, istivyam, vasitvam, and kamavasiyata. Kamavasiyata. But the yogi should not be fascinated by these aishwaryas or siddhis. So, lest he cannot enter into the realm of the soul. If you are fascinated by them, again you will fall down. He cannot enter into the realm of the God, realm of the soul.
Guruji,
Ah.
Guruji, what did you say last line? Yogi should not be attracted to the.
The anima, laghima, vyapti or prapti, prakamyam, mahima, vasitvam, kama vasiyata. These are the 8 aishwaryas you will get by doing yoga. But the yogi should not be fascinated by these things, lest he cannot enter into the realm of the soul, because he will become proud. So he will fall down slowly. There is a white curtain in front of the eyes while doing pranakarma. I realized it was Maya. I saw Krishna inside Atma Surya. I saw Krishna inside Atma Surya. Krishna is the soul sun. That form is spread all over the world. I have seen all the materials of this world merge into Panchatattvas. This Krishna is the abode of all the 3 Sattva, Raja and Tamo gunas. Krishna is the abode of all these 3 gunas, that is Sattva, Raja and Tamo gunas. These Panchatattvas and the 3 attributes, that is Sattva, Rajo and Tamo, also come from Atma Surya. These Panchatattvas and the 3 attributes, that is Sattva, Rajo and Tamo gunas, also come from Atma Surya. What are those Panchatattvas? Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Jal and Prithvi. And what are the gunas? Sattva, Rajo and Tamo also come from Atma Surya, that is soul sun, and merging back into Atma Surya or soul sun. This Atma Surya is the immaculate Nirmala, Swachha, Brahma. Eliminate the volatility of life, get steady, then the soul of the yogi will be in the soul itself. When the yogi visits himself, he will be happy. Sin and virtue are both mental virtues, mental qualities, both sin and virtue. These are only the result of karma. The unsteady life is mind, and the steady state is Brahma. Unsteadiness is Jiva, Mahamaya, and so on. It is from this volatility that the body, mind, intellect, senses, etc., and ultimately karma all arise. These rules and conditions do not exist in the steady state of mind. Lahiri Mahasaya used to address his Gurudeva as Babaji. He was also known as Budua Baba. Babaji was also known as Budua Baba. Some even refer to Babaji as Trayambaka Baba. Babaji is also called Trayambaka Babaji. Many say that Babaji was visited with a gross body in many different ways. Okay, we know. Many say that Babaji has visited with a gross body in many different ways. How true? That is irrelevant here. How true? That is irrelevant here. My wife, Kauta Subhalakshmi, and I both saw Babaji in our house, that is DN 76, 4th Ramalayam Street, Devi Nagar, Secunderabad, Telangana, at home in dazzling light in golden color. I saw Babaji in my meditation. He was illuminating like 1,000 suns rose all at a time. Lahiri Mahasaya himself wrote that he saw Babaji in the midst of the sun and moon. Lahiri Mahasaya saw Babaji as Yama. Babaji is Dharma. These visible sun and moon in the sky are not the real sun and moon. Babaji is the soul sun. Soul sun is different from the sun you are seeing in the sky. Remember this one. Soul sun is different from the sun you are seeing in the sky. Only with Kriya Yoga self-realization can Pranavayu reach the head. Lahiri Mahasaya used to meet his Gurudeva Babaji, that is Krishna, only through yoga sadhana. These yogis, you cannot get just like that. Lahiri Mahasaya used to meet his Gurudeva Babaji, that is Krishna, only through yoga sadhana. But it is not said or written that he visited the grass body Babaji with grass eyes. Lahiri Mahasaya's wife, Kasimani Devi, and his children never visited Babaji. Remember this one. Lahiri Mahasaya's wife, Kasimani Devi, and his children never visited, never have a darshan of Babaji. Appearance with the gross body was once to bring Lahiri Mahasaya to the Ranikhet plateau in the Himalayas to bestow yoga initiation in the hope of well-being, human well-being. Even the Sikh gurus also, I have not seen just like I am seeing you, Meenu. I could see them only through my jhana. Don't think that these people, these gurus will be appear as you appear and me appear. It is not so easy. It is their good luck, people's good luck. In their time they were alive. They could see them. But once they have again left this world and they went to what we call the Samadhi state, you cannot see them just like that. If anybody sees, okay, it is humbug. Appearance with the gross body was once to bring Lahiri Mahasaya to the Ranikhet plateau in the Himalayas to bestow yoga initiation in the hope of human well-being. This ancient practice of Atma Yoga, Amara Yoga, has been restored in the present universe to facilitate the path of salvation for human beings through this Shama Charan Lahiri. Remember this one. This ancient practice of Amara Yoga, that is Kriya Yoga, has been restored in the present universe to facilitate the path of salvation for human beings through these Shyama Charan Lahiri. Practice Kriya Yoga as long as you can while sitting on the same asana posture. This practice should be done by anyone by himself. The spiritual practice is the real dharma or virtue. Kriya is auspicious or mangalam. Kriya is auspicious or mangalam. If you do not do Kriya Yoga, it is bad or amangalam. Even in secluded places, it is best to meditate in the quiet, serene atmosphere of the scheduled mountain cave. Even in secluded places, it is best to meditate in the quiet, serene, SERENE, atmosphere of the secluded mountain caves. Dharmasya nihitam guhayam. That means Dharma is completely embedded in the caves. Dharma is completely embedded in the caves. Some people settle down in the abyss. Abyss means patal. Some people settle down in the abyss and meditate in a place below the earth. The real meaning of this is to choose a not hazardous environment. What disturbs the actual sadhaka or practitioner is the fickle mind. Arishad Varkas, namely kama, a desire, krodha, anger, lobha, greed, moha, attachment, and mada. Mada, that means pride, and matcharya, jealousy, and the senses within us rather than the external environment. That is why the mind is the mlecha or greedy, who means ignorance, like darkness. Ha means abandonment. Abandon the ignorance within you. Stay fixed in a cave called this Kutastha. That is the step to salvation. You need not go to any cave, my dear. Guha means, Gu means ignorance. That means darkness. Ignorance is equal to darkness. Ha means abandonment. That means leaving the people and sitting in a secluded place, that is abandonment. Guha means abandon the ignorance within you. Stay fixed in a cave called the Kutastha. That is a step to salvation. You have to choose, you have to cross three main gates to enter the shrine where Ishwar is flourishing. You have to cross three states, main three gates to enter the shrine, 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 where Ishvara is flourishing. The first gate is the Brahma Grandhi Vedana. The second portal is Rudra Grandhi Vedana. The third gate is the Vishnu Grandhi Vedana. After this transcendentalization or crossing these Grandhis, the practitioner or yogi is able to attain the transcendental state beyond three gunas with 10,61,000 good pranayamas. Remember this one. With 10,61,000 good pranayamas, the yogi gets into Kevala Kumbhaka state.
Guruji, how do we know if you crossed a Granthi, Guruji?
That means when you are getting a Kevala Kumbhaka state, you have got it. That is the state. That's all. How do you know that you have your BSc or MSc? So once you have passed that examination, you are MSc. Likewise, here passing means nobody will give you certificate. You yourself have to enter that Kevala Kumbhakam. Then you have passed all everything. So dharma wears Vrusham. Vrusham means dharma. Dharma wears everything. Prana is the wearer of everything. Hence pranena dharyate lokaha. Pranena dharyate lokaha. You must have heard Vrishabham. Vrishabham means Nandi. That means in Sanskrit.
Okay.
This Taras has 4 legs.
Hmm.
This Nandi is having 4 legs, is it not?
Yes, Guruji.
What are the 4 legs? Dharma, Ardham, Kama, and Moksha. This is the seat of Mahadeva. Div means sky or Akash, which is the omnipresent fixed great void. देवा देवा बोलते हैं ना, देवा में दिव बोलते हैं. देव means sky, actually आकाश, which is the omnipresent fixed great void. चतुष्पाद सकलो धर्माः सत्यं चैव कृते युगे धर्मणागमः कश्चिन् महा मनुष्यान् प्रतिवर्तते. Manurahashyam 181. Righteousness or dharma is having 4 parts. The first part or first leg is the Mooladhara Grandhi Vedana. First leg is the Moola Grandhi Vedana. Remember this one. Dharma is having 4 parts. The first leg is the Mooladhara Grandhi Vedana. The second leg is the Navi Grandhi Vedana. The third leg is the Hridaya Grandhi Vedana. And the fourth leg is Jikhva Grandhi Vedana. Okay. Sakala. Sakala means sounding. Sar. Kala, brain, means doing strong kriyas in the head. Doing strong kriyas in the head. Truth means unity after the kutastham, then the vijnanam or knowledge, and finally samadhi. With unrighteousness, that is without doing kriya, the status quo or siddhi in the kutastham can never happen. This taras or vrishabham or nandi is a symbol of the human body. Mahadev is in the center of this human body. All the philosophies are inherent in this human body. All the philosophies are inherent in this human body. So knowing all the senses and the soul that is superior to the form is known as puja or meditation. What is puja? Knowing all your senses. That means jnanendriyas and karmendriyas. And the soul, superior, that is superior to the form. That means form is rupam. The soul that is superior to all the forms is known as pura puja or meditation. You will do good deeds or bad deeds by the mind only. So control the mind. God gave man the freedom to control his mind. The senses and the mind both are interdependent. The senses and the mind, that means jnanendriyas and karmendriyas, and mind, both are interdependent, and both are interrelated. The mind is a blind Dhritarashtra who has no knowledge of what is good and what is bad. The mind is like a Dhritarashtra, blind Dhritarashtra. who has no knowledge of what is good and what is bad. The buddhi or intellect that decides the good and the bad. It depends on your habits. So leave the bad habits and adopt the good habits. Then buddhi follows the right path. That is why the senses do their work. Never set your goal on that side. Your job is just do the kriya. Then everything is in your position. Stabilize the vayu by doing more and more kriya yoga prana karma. Then do the omkara kriya, which is the stoker kriya. Omkara kriya is nothing but stoker kriya. Then Hrudaya Granthi Vibhedana occurs automatically. Then a kind of intoxication occurs. You are telling na mattu aa raha hai bol rahe na. So then a kind of intoxication occurs. And the yogi will be doing this Kriya Yoga in that intoxication only. Such yogi is capable of relieving the suffering of living beings. Mahashaya sapta purve chatvaro manavastadha madbhava manasa jata yesham loka imam praja. I saw the great seven sages. There are 7 great sages. Who are they? Bhrugu, Atri, Angirasa, Marichi, Pulastya, Pulaha, and Kratu. I saw the great 7 sages. They are Bhrugu Maharshi, Atri Maharshi, Angirasa Maharshi, Marichi Maharshi, Pulastya Maharshi, Pulaha Maharshi, and Kratu Maharshi. All these sages are only representatives for life. They are the representatives of life. Mukhya prana, chief prana comprises 7 types of attributes. Mukhya prana or chief prana comprises 7 types of attributes which are unique. This body is pervaded in this body cosmos. This body is pervaded in this body cosmos as 7 vayus in the form of causation of 7 kinds of karma. These are illuminated as 7 into 7, 49 vayus in the active form for the 7 major acts. These 7 vayus are prana, apana, samana, udana, the fixed vayu in the Gandhari nerve and the fixed vayu in the Hastini nerve. Each of these 7 types of vayus, each of these 7 vayus is unique in that it has 7 properties or with 7 occupations. They are, all these 7 vayus are unique. You remember this one. They are having 7 occupations. What are they? They are Samvaha, Samira, Ajagat, Sakampana, Avaka, Chenchala, and Pushtampati, respectively. These 7 vayus are the Sapta Rishis. Maharshi means Mahat plus Rishi. Life or prana is great. These 7 vayus are basically constant. But when they are expressed in functional form, then they are fickle. These 7 vayus are basically constant. But when they are expressed in functional form, then they are fickle. Ordinary human beings are able to know the workings of those vayus who are in the state of effort. Ordinary human beings are able to know the workings of these vayus who are in the state of effort. That is what I used to say when you say ah. You remember, check up where that Vayu is vibrating. At what place that Vayu is vibrating. And put this vertical, say for example, when you are doing like that, you must put at respective mudra also. So this, for this vertical Visuddha Chakra, the mudra is Sunya mudra. You put Sunya mudra and then say oh, e, like that. Then you must know where that Vayu is vibrating. Ordinary beings are able to know the workings of these Vayus who are in the state of effort. But these ordinary human beings do not and cannot know their state of stability. The yogi stabilizes his prana karma and feels the stability of these 7 Vayus. So the main prana is the 7 sages in the form of 7 Vayus. Remember this one. So the main prana, chief prana, mukhya prana, is the 7 sages in the form of 7 Vayus. Similarly, prana only is the 4 Manus. Manu is the son of Brahma, the ancestor of mankind. The ancestor of mankind. Manu means mind. He is self-sufficient. The mind arises from the main prana itself. The fickle mind is the fickleness of prana. When prana is stable, so is the mind. All creation is manifested in this bodily cosmos due to the expansion of the subdued gases or vayus. Everything becomes rhythmic as the vayu stabilizes. That is why the Sapta Rishis, the 4 Manus, were born in the mind from my sense. Manu in this mentality is born in all 4 ages. Manu in this mentality is born in all 4 ages. Chatvara Manava means Chatvara Manavaha means inseparability of time, which in the form of Ajapa. Inseparability of time, which is called Ajapa. This time will be born in 4 forms. Sometimes the time will be in Sattva Guna or Rajo Guna, Tamo Guna and Rajo Tamo Guna. This time will be in 4 forms. Sometimes the time will be in Sattva Guna or Rajo Guna, Tamo Guna and Rajo Tamo Guna. The name of the state where all these periods come together is age or yuga. In these 4 ages or yugas, that is the 4 types of mind. The fickle mind arises from each of these four qualities. So the 7 sages are the 7 way are the 7 vayus in this body, and the 4 manus are the 4 attributes of the fickle mind. Rest we will tell tomorrow.